Hark and well met, members of the Rune Platoon, and welcome to another stream. I know, my usual frim-flam frills are gone for right now. I'm in the process. I'm streaming in 16:9 tonight instead of my usual 21:9. I'm thinking about converting back to this again. God, stupid camera. I'm thinking about converting back to this video format again soon because of a million different factors. So we're playing Hnefatafl, which I don't know how many people are familiar with Viking chess. Hnefatafl is that. It's Viking chess. This is Hnefatafl. It is a game that kind of like preceded chess, right? So it's a war game. It's a tabletop war game, and the idea is very similar to chess, where you have white pieces and black pieces, and they're working against each other to try and win the game. But they have different goals. So in chess, both sides have a king, and you're working to try and take the king. In Hnefatafl, there's only one king, and that's on the defensive side. The offensive side is trying to capture the king, while the defensive side is trying to take the king and escape the map with him. So I'm going to, because these passive games are usually dependent on the other person, it's not like a live game like chess.com where someone's sitting at the actual thing, just like playing the game. It's more of a situation of like, it's like a phone game. Like you make a play and then you go about your day and you check back in when you want to. So the way that ranking works is that everybody starts at 1,000 when you first start the game. And then you work your way up. So I'm going to be taking it upon myself now. I just downloaded this game like yesterday, so I haven't really been playing all that much. And I'm going to ask that you guys kindly ignore these two losses right here, because look, the guy's a 1336 ranking. He's probably way better than me. He's probably played a bunch of games. And that's just the way it is. I'm not going to claim to be the best Hnefatafl player in the world just because I've got a lot of Viking stuff. At least not yet. So this is the board, right? This is the board of Hnefatafl. You've got the defense in the middle, the white pieces, and that is who I am. So Sigurd just made his first move. Every one of these pieces moves like a rook in chess. So they can go in a straight line as far as they want, as long as they cannot pass over the center square or the four corners. The only ones that can go in those spaces are the king. And then, as I said, with the capturing, that's how it's going to figure out. So my goal as the defensive player here is to take my king and get him to the corner, right? Through any means necessary, not just that. I just did that just to highlight. We're just going to play it. We're just going to play it, and we're going to see how it happens. It's going to be pretty, I'm going to say intuitive, right? So he moved over here, which is a pretty standard move, with the idea being that you are blocking off this corner, because obviously you won't be able to go past without pulling in some kind of weird capture maneuver. So he's trying to block off that corner for me to access, which is all well and good. So I'm just going to go down to the exact opposite corner. So Sigurd completed his move to block off this corner here, because Sigurd's a jerk, and he really doesn't want me to have that corner. That's alright. Yeah. So I'm going to do that move. So what I'm trying to think is, obviously I want this king. Obviously I want to take my king and try and do something where I can bring him down around like that, which would then give me access to the goal square in the corner here. The main issues being that I need to be able to block off these guys from, making their moves in to kind of block and aggress this. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this piece. Oops. I'm going to take this piece, drag him over there. Let's see what you got. That's an E3 to an A3. Let's see you counter that move, Sigurd. Huh? Listen. So I was taking it real chill, and then I decided to get penisy. And this is what I'm rewarded with. The audacity of Sigurd right now is disappointing. All good. We can recover. We can recover this. Because what I think I'm going to do is, now that that has kind of happened and he's gotten himself into a really good position there, I might have to alter my strategy. Don't be bad. Too late. You literally came in as I lost a piece to a stupid mistake. Now, if I take this piece and move him there, my piece down here is blocking this guy from coming in to get me, right? He's blocked by my guy right there, so he can't make that move. That guy can only go to there. This guy could come to here, but that wouldn't capture me because he's not flanking, right? They have to be on opposite sides. My E2 piece is threatened? It is, yeah, it is threatened. There is the possibility that he could come in right here and cap it, and I think he is going to do that. Yeah, no, that's a good point, because then if he does that, that one's capped, and he'll be able to swing in and cap my guy right there. If that happens, that deletes that whole sort of position that we're going for. Good catch. I could block it, bring him down to block it right there. If I was to do something like that, I don't foresee there being any issue with the king up here, because obviously they need to get all four sides of the king in order to capture him. Similarly, it doesn't leave any other units open or in a weird position, and all that does is just add extra defense to what I ultimately need to do, which is make my way to one of these corners. So I'm going to do that. I have a feeling what he was doing was getting that into position to take up the same sort of flanking maneuver that he had on this side, which means I'm in a good position to move down towards the bottom right corner, because if I'm able to do that, he doesn't really have these sort of mid pieces in as easy a position, not without at least opening up these defenses on the other sides here. Now I can proceed with the move as I had planned. And what that'll do is that'll block him from being able to come down. And what I can do, so let's do that. And then what I want to do in this point is I want to take the king, move him down here, move him over there, and get him in. That's kind of my thought process of what I'm trying to do right now, right? So, the best way for me to do that is to play a slow game. So I'll pull him in over there, right? Is the music too loud, by the way? I can turn it down. I didn't even pay attention. A6 to B6. Okay, yeah, so he's just moving these guys out over here. So let's do this. This has to rely on them making a dumb move. He is a computer, so I can play a little bit more. That moron! That absolute moron! He completely missed it! He whiffed it! He choked! Sigurd, you're a choke artist! Okay, the choke is back. You're good. You're good. Don't worry. All set. Hey, Three Kings of Orientar isn't DMCA music, right? Because I just realized that's what's playing right now. I don't know. I didn't know the music of this game. I don't know if it's DMCA free. I could switch over. Maybe I'll switch over in a bit. I think it's fine. That's a really old song. He moved into that corner, which is the play to do if you want to try and block someone. Now, I cannot cap him from... Aha! I can cap him here. Ooh, yes. Cap. Get out of here. That's a yoink. Get that piece out of here, or so help me. Perfect. Now let's bring this guy up. Let's see if he moves into position to block me, which I'm sure he will, because he has to. He literally has to. Perfect, perfect. So, we're going to get our king up, just to kind of avoid, because he had 2 cap there, so if they pull some kind of swingy move, now we do that to block off the block from on high. Whew. That's okay. We can work with this. Get the king over into position here. Let's see if he... I know the move I would do. Oh. That wasn't exactly it, but it would accomplish the same thing. So what I'm looking at here in terms of my brain, I have to get this piece to move from this position. Or basically I need to cap this piece. I can't... Oh, okay. So what I can do is I can do this. Do that to stop him from coming down. I think I'm okay with this. It's like chess, but oops, all rooks. That's exactly... Oh, This is fine. This is fine. This is chess, oops, all rooks. So I think that this is still salvageable. Boom. Block him from being able to go across. Bing, bang, boom. We got him, boys. We got him. That's rock some pogs in the chat. I'm going to preemptively celebrate. Look, he isn't even doing squat. He's just going to pull some rando out from the corner there. Bum, 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 bum. Poggers. That is a W, ladies and gents. Sigurd's had us on the run a little bit there at the start. He capped a lot of pieces, but it just wasn't good enough to stop the RuneMeister. That's what I'm talking about. That's a W. That's how you play Hnefatafl. Folks. I'm going to grab my board. Let's see it. So this is my Hnefatafl game. So I've played this a few times. It's actually pretty fun. And the rules are the same. The board's the same. The pieces are really nice. So the pieces of this, because I picked it up at the National Museum of Scotland, the pieces are actually based on a historic find, right? So you can see they look super legit. Come on. There he is. That's a king. That's our white king piece, right? So he looks legit AF. He's a real champion. This set here, I'm just going to read from this. So obviously this is what the National Museums Scotland says about Hnefatafl. The Viking game must rank as one of history's greatest board games. It was at its most popular during the Dark Ages in Northern Europe, a period of scant records and shifting populations. Like so much of the history of the Dark Ages, our knowledge of the Viking game is patchy, mysterious, now half-solved as a result of archaeological research. The game was popular in the Viking homelands in Scandinavia as early as AD 400, which is about 300 and so years, 400 years before the Viking Age began, and it was carried by Vikings to the lands that they conquered. Over the centuries, the game developed, and different versions of the board have been found by archaeologists in sites from Ireland to the Ukraine. And occasionally referred to in manuscripts, the game was known as Hnefatafl, which means literally King's Table. A study of these manuscripts and examinations of the various types of board and pieces has enabled researchers to work out how the game was probably played. There is no doubt, however, that many versions of the rules existed at different places and at different times. Hnefatafl was last recorded as being played in Wales in 1587 and in Lapland, which is in Scandinavia, in 1723. Its decline began in the 11th century as chess grew in popularity, and it soon lingered on only in remote country districts. So there's a little history lesson for you guys. And now here we go. This is the next match that we are in right now. And this is the one where I am starting on offense. I am going to take an aggressive stance. I'm going to move right there. When I do that, as I do that, I can't get capped. If I were to move one space further, he would be able to cap me by just running down that way. So obviously he is a little weenie, doesn't want to fight, which is fine. He's well within his rights. So now I am going to move up here. I'm an idiot! Oh my god! Oh, I wasn't paying attention! Oh. We're okay. We're okay. That's fine. This is like day 2 or 3 that I've played this game. We're gonna be fine, guys. Bring him up. I'm just gonna go hard in the paint on this guy. Good. All right, that's a defensive block move there. So he's trying to make sure that he doesn't get capped. Move him over. I'm going to take a more defensive stance on that side since I'm losing pieces on the right side here, and since they're kind of in the process of opening the doorway. They're moving to cap that piece, but I saw your moves coming, Sigurd. I saw your moves coming. I know what you were. I smell what you were cooking, my dude. Crap. I wasn't paying attention. What did he do? G10 to G3. Okay, he moved way down there, but that's not a threatening move, at least not yet. That piece is not in danger of getting stolen, hence. Let's see what's going to happen. this king is going to go this, and he's going to go either this way, or he's going to go down to here. Right? Those are his two options as the pieces lie right now. His next turn, that king's coming out of that center square, I can almost guarantee it. Right? I can promise. Kings are unarmed, so the king cannot damage my guy. He can't pin him up against the wall. K8 to G8 blocks off a path. That is true. What I was thinking about doing was bringing him up to just block this path off entirely by doing it by if I bring my piece up there. Nope. Nope. Stop it. Stop it. Stop the arrows. Stop the arrows. Too many arrows. I meant if I take him up there, I can block off the path that way too, and block that whole corner just in general. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be so thrown if he doesn't do this. I was in planning mode. I was in planning mode. For God's sake. There we go. I'm an idiot. Interesting. So you do not cap the king if it's his pieces on the other sides. So I obviously can't swing my pawn up and cap him right now. Although that would be pretty cap from like a Twitch perspective, like a Twitch cap, as opposed to a chess cap. I gotta think of a different word than cap to use for taking these pieces. Snag. I'm gonna get snagged, etc., etc. Snatch. Snatch could work. It's very specifically to block a certain piece from happening. I think it's safe to assume that the top right is going to be the play that he is making. So, with that in mind, start getting some pieces off the board. Take a little aggression out. Me. That's the only move. That's the only move that I could have done. Yeah, I had to make that play. Whew. So, how much do I want to threaten this king? Take a piece because it's free and I want to see what he does with this king. What happened? I missed it. He took a piece. I lose. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm good. Alright, so he moved that guy down there. To D3. So I can do this, right? Shouldn't have done that first. I shouldn't have done that first. I should have come from the top first. So if I bring him down here, the king can go up and then get in scot-free because I won't have enough time to get two pieces over. So the fact that that's the decision made right there. I gotta move over right there. The king is in this precarious position where it should not be too difficult for him to make a drive that way. So this is the position that we're looking at right now. Obviously, I need to bring this piece over here because I need to block that king from being able to access that corner on his next turn. If I try and set up anything else right now, the king's going to move up there and he's going to top into the corner, and that's GG. That's GG's easy. Easy clap. Decision's made. I know what I have to do. I have to move this pawn here. Because if the king decides to still go up there, into that corner, no, I effed. I flubbed it. That was an okay move to make, but it was far too defensive. He wants me to move over there, but why? That doesn't do anything to help him in terms of positioning his king. Ultimately, I don't need to do... Oh. See, I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing because if I do nothing, he brings this piece over, caps me up against the corner, because you can cap on the corner, right? So if he comes in here, yoink, caps me up against that corner, bada bing, bada boom, king comes up, or more accurately there, over and in. Boink! Get out of here, you get stuffed. Don't even try it in my house, Mr. Viking Man. Let's see if this works. Am I going to make this amazing play? Guys, I think we got him. I think we got him. He's going to move. Is he going to move 1 or 2? He moves 2. So. We move 1 and close him in. Trying to get him trapped. We only need 3 sides now. Because the wall counts as a side. H3 to K3 was the move. Oh god, it could have been. It also could have been I4 to K4. Okay, so I'm what they call. They'll call me RuneMeisterKris. Bam! Oh god, it's below the chat box. Okay, hold on. Pause. Absolute abomination. Let's try it one more time. Bam! Archaeology fun fact. Get ready. It's there. Get ready to learn, nerds. Next, another fact from the actual real-life Hnefatafl board. Let's learn another fact. As to the specific pieces of the chessboard, which I own, which we looked at and are certifiably PogChamp, right? The rules that we suggest below reflect how the game might have been played in the 9th or 10th century, meaning the 8 or 900s, which was at peak Viking Age. The board incorporates typical Viking patterns in its design and is printed on natural linen, one of the few woven fabrics available to the Vikings. That's this woven fabric. Most surviving boards have been made of wood, and the pieces have all been individually molded to slightly different designs and are made in simulated wood and ivory finishes. Besides wood and ivory, Viking sites have revealed jet, glass, bone, and antler Hnefatafl pieces. We have based the design of our pieces on the famous Lewis chess set pieces discovered in the Outer Hebrides. So Amelia, the other archaeologist in chat, was 100% right. They are not direct copies of Lewis chessman pieces, which is probably what threw me off, but they are individually molded to have the same sort of artistic style of the Lewis chessman, which makes sense. The Lewis chessmen, for anyone who's interested, are like some of the most famous Viking gaming pieces. Well, maybe not Viking, but one of the most famous archeo gaming pieces, maybe. Archaeologically board game related objects that were discovered. They're absolutely gorgeous. I've seen them IRL in person in the British Museum, and they are stunning. But, right, so they were based on the Lewis chess pieces discovered in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland, an area under Viking rule at the time that the pieces were made. Most Hnefatafl pieces found to date are cruder in design than this, indicating the game's popularity among the ordinary people who could not afford the fine things. So what they mean by that, they mean that there were very often just like little pieces, just like little circle tokens. Much like a checkers, like a checkers board or something like that. Amelia also wanted me to don my armor, so give me a second. Let me go get it. Alright, using your channel points wisely. Okay. Hair's a mess. Every time I come through this thing, the freaking hair goes flying. We are now on offense again, and we are, I swear to God, going to win one. So we're just going to take a defensive position. I made that move. Sigurd, what would you like to do? Let's see what this Robo-Clown does. Okay, so he's taking that very ballsy and aggressive move again. He is wanting to take one of my front pieces while keeping his so that he can move the king up and out. I am going to cap, or snack. Wait, what do we say? Snatch? I'm going to snatch his piece. I'm going to tag. Or take. I guess take. Fetch. I'm going to fetch his piece. So now he knows I'm not playing, right? Sigurd's got to learn. Sigurd's got to learn that the man's is on this here. I'm going to go just hammer deep on this guy. Let's make that happen right there. That guy moved up there. They're definitely doing something with this effing king. That should be a safe move. Okay, so he brought from F5 down to F4. So I'm going to take a pawn. Put it right there. Now, when I bring this piece right there, what that's going to do is he would, in theory... Ah, see, that was the play. That was the play. So now his king has options. He can go either there or there. Obviously, he wants to take it down this way, so he can take the king, go that way, bada bing, bada boom, and he's in. Or he can go that way, that way, that way. Those are literally all the maneuvers that he can pull to head to the corner as quick as possible. But I don't know if he's going to try and get there as quick as possible. Oh, unless he wants to go. That way as well. I should be okay. King moves over there. And I pull that. I didn't let myself get caught up that time like I normally do. Right? Haha! Now this is where we he might be trying to draw me. Because if he swings this around... Yeah. That's fine. If we draw, he loses, because he's the one who initiated. So if we make the same moves 3 times in a row, he loses. The computer knew. Yoink, get denied, King-a-rooney. You ain't gonna pull that on us, right? Ain't gonna pull that. Yeah, he's doing the sneaky sneak again now. Same thing. Not today. Right? I can do this all day, Holmes. I'm worried that this might not work. Here's the thing, if he comes down there, he caps my piece. That's a cap. So I need to block this piece. Because what he's going to do is he's going to swing this piece down here. Cap. Move this piece over here. Cap. Oh no, he can't because the king's in the way. So he'll move down and cap, and then he'll swing over, down, cap, boom, cap, boom, cap, 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 cap. Fetch. Fetch, we said. Can you not use a wall to pin the king? I can, but it won't win outright. I can move J8 to J3, and that's a good move. That might be what I'm going to do. The issue there being that I5 will cap J1 at I1. So the question is, do I want that corner piece caught? Because the corner can be used to cap. So he's going to come down here and cap him at the wall. I saw what you said, and it's still a valid move. Bringing J8 down to G3, that's still a valid move because it really threatens the king. And the king, if he then moves up, will still be in a position where I can get him either... Yeah, actually, that might be a good play. That might be the play. The issue then just becomes, again, with that cap down low. I don't think it'll be an issue. At least I hope not. So... That was the wrong move. Oh my god, I'm such a Jimmy. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do this? Oh my god. Oh my god. I choked. Guys, I choked. No. I can't, because if I drop down... Oh no, kings can't take. Wait. Can pieces take up against kings? We're about to find out. If he moves up with the king, we win. GG. GG. no matter what he does. We did it. We did it, guys. We won an offense game. Win a game against the computer as the black player. That was the first time I've won one of those. Yes. Poggers, everybody. We pulled it off. Let's go!